Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on what time you're watching this next episode from me, Avomance, in my seed review series. In this series, I am taking your seed numbers, I'm plugging them into my computer, I'm coming and having a look around the world, seeing what's fantastic about them, and if they're good enough, I'm shoving a sign. Melody Parker, Seed Review 1. This seed was really awesome. If you've not seen it, the link is in the description below. Go and have a look. This one was absolutely crazy. I am going to take a look at the next one right now. So just like episode 1, I'm going to create the new world with you. I'm going to call the world the seed number. I'm going to put it into create so as I can float around like a flying thing. And we're going to look at popping that seed right in there. That is done. Create the new world. And we will wait for that to create. And when it opens up, we'll take our initial look around. Now, I've had some clues as to what this one's like, but I'm experiencing it for the first time just like you. And my face was very funny there. That went funny. It did that last time as well. Right, so let me turn around and see. We appear to be relatively surrounded with a relatively lot of water. Okay, now I was expecting to be on an island. There's a few reasons why this seed was put forward. The person that had this seed said that it was a good one. And I think this seed could be a really interesting way of doing a bit like like a sky island, but in the sea. You're not allowed to go into the water, but you can obviously use the resources that are in your island. You've only got the trees there, so you've not got loads of wood. That's good, because on sky islands you don't have a load of wood. But you could dig down. You've got a little thing down there. But I know that there are some things fairly close by. Over there, you can see you've got some ice. So this is literally, you could throw a rock at the ice spikes. So let's come down here and have a look at these ice spikes. And they are, these are full-on icebergs. These are not just ice. You've got all sorts of lovely ice on that one as well, which is good. You need your Silk Touch pick, but at least that is close to home. Now, I know there is something around whereabouts. I can see it already. Literally, there is the ocean monument. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give myself a night vision potion so we can see stuff a lot more simply. So let's get that night vision potion inside me. There we go. Right now, look, we've got an ocean monument here. Literally, there's the spawn. There's the ocean monument. That could not be nicer, could it? That's absolutely brilliant. It's not so close that they're going to shoot at you the second you spawn in. But that is right there. And it's elevated slightly. Oh, maybe not so much. But it's sort of on a platform, that one, isn't it? That's quite weird. Not super weird, but a little bit, certainly a little bit interesting. I quite like the way that's been raised up off the ground. You can literally swim all the way under it. And all the legs are like that. You don't see that very often. That's very interesting. Okay, so what else have we got around there apart from this? I imagine, in fact I know, that there are going to be a number of wrecks. You've got, obviously, shipwrecks are really useful. Lots of treasure maps and things like that within the shipwrecks. So that's quite nice. I do like, actually, having an island base. It really suits my style of play, having an island base. And I often like to have something near an island to be able to work on. So let's see where the next interesting thing is. A very interesting shaped island we've got here. Look, it's a tiny, tiny little island, but it's got this almost perfectly square shape. There are some really nice, interesting, creative building opportunities with this type of shape. And I actually challenged some of those incredible builders that I know are out there. What could you do with that? I can think of a few things, but I'm not going to show you or tell you because I don't want to spoil your creative juices. But that's really nice. That's very nice, in fact. Let's carry on a little bit further over here. And look, we've got back to our standard spawn island. Literally, look how close that is to that ocean monument. You come here to the end of your island, which you can reach without getting your feet wet, and you could shoot these guardians with a bow and arrow. That's how close that is. So let's come across over this side, because there's a little few extra little bits to show you around here, I'm told, before we start looking at some of the hidden stuff. We've got an underwater ravine there, but not as good as the one I'm going to show you in a moment. The land is here, so it's not too far away should you wish to not do a sky island. And you've got a turtle beach literally within a spit of where you start. So bring this island, lots of wood, all the wood you could possibly need, plus pumpkins right next to you. So that's quite nice. Two more wrecks there, literally within a swim of each other. So you can imagine the loot that you could potentially pull out of these wrecks. I'm not going to look in the chests because I don't want to spoil what you might find in there. But that's pretty unusual. That's 3 wrecks so far, and we've only done 180 degrees around the island. And yeah, you probably just saw it when I was approaching that second wreck. There is a second ocean monument. A second ocean monument in this. This one's a bit more dug in, but that's 2 ocean monuments. The spawn is just over there. Literally, I'm looking at the spawn. It's just out of render distance. That is 2 ocean monuments within, I would say, within 150 blocks of each other, as well as 3 ships. This is crazy. Sorry, make that 4 ships. Another 50 or so blocks away, we've got a nice little dark oak forest there, and with some mushrooms in it as well. So you've got nice resources literally on your doorstep, with kind of a moon pool type effort here, a little kind of glady lake with a nice flat cliffside, which I always like for diving into. That's great mining opportunity. That is a 5th wreck. I've not ventured more than 200 blocks away from spawn. We're just the other side of the spike, so maybe just about 200 blocks from spawn. That is 5 ships, and then you move into a swamp biome here. So is there anything interesting? I know this is slightly outside of how far I would normally look at, but given that I'm on the doorstep of it, you've got a fairly decent sized swamp biome here that you could explore pretty easily and pretty quickly. These are all within, I would say I'm less than 250 to 300 blocks away from spawn right now. I am not very far at all from it. I had my fingers crossed that maybe there was a witch hut within this spawn area, but unfortunately not. That would have been an absolute crazy bonus, but still a big old spawn, a big old swamp area there, and then lots and lots of birds. So you are not going to be running out of wood on this seed. Just as you come around that ice biome, you see some nice spruce trees. So if you need spruce wood, there's that. But we've got this open-ended fissure that is quite a decent sized one coming all the way along. That's a nice one indeed. So that's something you can explore, again, within 300 blocks of your spawn point. Watch out for the mobs. There are plenty of them. And what mod you need, except for an absolute horde of llamas. On the way back to spawn, make that 6 ships. I am back over the spawn island, and I'm going into spectator mode because I want to see what's under the ground here. If you want to come onto this seed and you want to play without knowing what's under the ground, this is the time to turn the video off, because this could be construed as being spoilers. I'm going under the ground in 3, 2, 1, under. Okay, so what have we got underneath here? I'm just going to take that potion again, so I'll go back into creative. There we go. Now we can see much better under the ground. So what have we got underground? Wow, we have got a seriously big mine shaft right there. That was what that looks like to me. This is an enormous mine shaft. I'm going to come back to that in a minute, because we've also got another ravine here, it looks like, and you could access that ravine and then come along and probably dig across to the mine shaft fairly easily, mined out for that lava lake there. But so let's just pop across here again, because we've got, what have we got here? We've got a skelly spawner right there. That's very nice. We've got a skelly spawner. We've got, wow, oh, look at this. We've got, hang on, 1, 2, 3. We've got 4 spider spawners. Now, I'm not entirely sure you would be able to have an AFK spot that would take all 4 of these spider spawners into consideration, unfortunately. That one's, hang on a minute, that's right at the end of this ravine as well. Look at that. So you could go along the ravine and you're literally a couple of blocks away from where the spawner, oh, and yep, there is chests too. We've got lots of stuff going on here. So 4 spider spawners and a skelly spawner in that, just in that one area alone. That's a very nice find. I've travelled maybe another 150 blocks in a straight line. You can see that's where I came from, just over here. I don't know if you can see that particularly well. It's just coming into rendition. You can see where all of the spider webs and the cobwebs are just there. If I turn exactly around and come here, there is another mine shaft. Yet another mine shaft. And I wonder, look, and yes, look, we've got spider spawners here as well. Is that just the one spider spawner that I can spy? I think it might be. This is another huge one. Look at the size of it. So that is two massive, this is huge. Two massive mine shafts within, what, 150 to 200 blocks of each other. It just keeps going on and on. It's massive. That's one of the biggest mine shafts I've seen in a very, very long time. And there's a zombie spawner there. That's very good. So you've got a spider spawner on the other one, a zombie spawner on this one, and more spider spawner over here. And I've not really travelled that far at all. This is superb. Right, so the next thing I want to know, what's that over there? So it's even, it just carries on. It just carries on into another ravine. This is bonkers. So the last thing I wanted to do is just investigate the Nether. So I'm just going to pop this on and we're going to go and have a look at the Nether and see what we can find through there, because that's as important around your spawn area as anything. We didn't do it in the first episode, but we are doing it in this one. What can we find up and around in the Nether? And I do have night vision on, so let's see if there's anything exciting to see. So I just did a circle. You can see the Nether portal is there. It's facing west. You can see facing west. If I fly literally not very far at all in this direction, we find that, yes, there is a fortress here. What kind of fortress is it though? Is it worth knowing, or is it one of those rubbish fortresses that doesn't have anything in it? But, oh no, we've got a blaze spawner there. So that blaze spawner is definitely there and ready to sort us out. We've got, is it a decent one? It's a bit, wow, this is a big one. It's a very big fortress, in fact. So there is loads for you to explore in this one. You've got more blazes. Not spawn. Ah, look, and there's the wart farm is literally just there. The wart farm is just there, and that's the first time I've entered it, you saw, because I just got the achievement. This is a big, big fortress. Oh my goodness. So not only have you got all that stuff by your spawn area, but you've got this crazy massive fortress right next to you when you go through to the Nether. What a seed. So we're back on the spawn island now. So not only has this place got ice literally over there, it's got 2 ocean monuments, it's got a couple of ravines, it's got 6 sunken ships, it's got 2 mine shafts with goodness only knows how many spawners, skelly, zombie, and loads of spider spawners. Not only all of that, it's got an amazing Nether really, really close by, but most importantly, it's got a donkey. It's got a donkey, so you can have a little donkey friend as well. So many benefits this seed. It is absolutely superb. So you can see the sign in front of me there. I wish to thank James Morris. James, well done. This is an absolutely brilliant seed. Well worth me taking a look at it. I'm very, very impressed, and I'd happily make a world here. I'd absolutely invest time putting a world onto this island and building around it. Absolutely superb. Very, very impressed. If you think you have got a Java world seed that is as good or better than the one James has given, then send it to avomanceminecraft@gmail.com. The email is in the description below. So you can send it to me there. Send me the long number. It may not be 16 digits. It may be 12. It may be 4, whatever. But send me the number or the word, because sometimes seeds are word, and we'll play with those in this series as well. And I will plug it in and see what we think about it, and potentially do a released video on yours as well. That donkey's not happy, is it? It's because I'm ignoring it again. That would be brilliant. I really look forward to receiving your seeds, and I also really look forward to seeing what you could do with this seed. Pictures to Twitter, or you can email me at the same email. If you have enjoyed this video, please do remember to slap that like button. It'd be great to know you enjoy them, and I will keep on making them. Also, if you've not done it already, please do remember to hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to see you in my sub club, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.